Peace and love, gamers and players. Colorwind here with the state of the channel video for you here in April of 2025. We're finally here. I've been talking about this for a little while about how I'm going to start my year off in April rather than January, and we're finally here. And I'm not going to be able to do everything that I said I was going to do, mostly because, again, I've been talking about this for a while. I have a kidney stone that does not want to go away, and our healthcare system in America is terrible. So it's been forever since I've been able to actually get a doctor to do something about it. But the good news is that I actually have something that's going to finally happen. So it turns out the kidney stone is too big for me to pass, so I am getting surgery at the middle of this month, April 16th. So at least I now have a date on when it's finally gonna more or less be gone. But that also means that I'm not gonna be able to do as much as I wanted to at this point in the year. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to still kind of explain what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of the year from now until April of 2026, essentially. So, for the past almost year, I've been focusing on Let's Plays, mostly because I had some pre-recorded Let's Plays that I want to get rid of. I want to complete rather, and some streaming playthroughs that I also want to get through. And the streaming part I'll get back to, but real quick I will say that's not changing. But specifically about Colorwind Beats here on the YouTube channel. Looking at the analytics, looking what I've been able to do, specifically when we're talking about playthrough Let's Plays, I'm spending too much time on them. Specifically, I have playthroughs that I pre-record, I have playthroughs from the streaming, I make video content, individual episodes out of both of them, and quite frankly, they don't get a lot of views. Now, it would be one thing if that was the focus that I wanted to be on the channel, but it's not. Ever since I started doing more different things, I think it's been like 5 years now, where I've done content, React content, uh, editorials, Colorwind Talks, that type of thing, and just like a variety of other stuff. I've always had this idea that I would move away from the Let's Play content, and looking at the numbers now, I think I gotta do this now rather than later. Now, one thing that is different is I was actually considering just stopping doing Let's Plays altogether. However, over the course of the past, again, roughly like 9 months or so, I've come to really enjoy making Let's Play content. The only thing I really dislike about it was the amount of time that I was putting into it, which was making it so that I couldn't do anything else. So while I enjoy doing it, I'm going to start doing it less. The only thing I think I will do, just because I don't want to go long periods of time without having anything go up, is the episodic content where I pull footage from my streams and turn those into episodes. That seems like a good way to make content monthly in case something happens to me. Like, for example, having surgery at the middle of this month. So I haven't figured out a schedule yet or anything, but I think I will at the very least continue to do that just so something goes up on the channel. Especially right now when I figure out what I'm going to be doing otherwise. So here's what's going to be happening. Since I'm not focusing on it as much, I promised a Bioshock playthrough and a Tekken 8 story playthrough to you guys. I'm still going to do them, but I can't really give you a schedule as to when they're going to happen. I can kind of tell you that the Bioshock one should happen sooner rather than later, just because I've been wanting to do that and I'm ready to do that. But again, because of the surgery, I'm not going to give you any hard dates. I'm not going to give you any kind of schedule. It'll happen when it happens. Consequently, there is still one playthrough that I've yet to finish for my pre-recorded playthroughs, excuse me. and that is the Final Fantasy 2/4 playthrough. And right now, I don't have a time schedule as to when that's going to be coming out. Same thing as the other ones. So it will happen, especially that one, because I'm like maybe 4 episodes away from finishing that, I think. But it'll get done when it gets done. Um, Another thing I might also do is right now, episodes are half an hour long, sometimes going up into like the 40s, close to 50-minute range. I might experiment with that more because if I am going to be making less episodes of them, then it might be better if I give you longer episodes so that you still get a good amount of content. We'll see about that. I'm going to be experimenting with that. Specifically, the Resident Evil HD episodes that I've been making, I think I'm going to continue with that. It'll probably still be half-hour episodes just because that's just the way it is. But I'll either start another episodic uh, breakdown of a stream playthrough like Onimusha or Devil May Cry or some other one. Not promising those. I'm just throwing out a couple of names out there. And when I start out those, maybe they'll be longer. We'll see. We'll see what I end up picking. We'll see how editing goes and how it feels. I think what it is I'll end up doing is I'll see what makes sense based on what's happening in the video and then go from there. So, all in all, there's going to be a lot less Let's Plays on the channel. There will probably be, I don't know, I was kind of thinking maybe I'll do like just one video a week just so that every week at least gets something. But again, no plans, especially right now since I'm about to have surgery. So we'll see what happens. Um, Moving on to Colorwind streams. I'm just going to mention this quickly just because it's not really too much having to do with the channel itself since I haven't done streams here in a long time. Again, the plan is to eventually have it so that I dual stream on Twitch and YouTube, but I'll just say that right now I was planning on having a schedule starting this month, but because the kidney stone surgery is going to happen, I'm not going to do that because I still have the surgery and then there's going to be some recovery time after that. So I'm just hoping to stream once a week like I've been doing. I didn't do it at the end of last month because it was my birthday and I decided to take the time off, knowing that I was going to prepare for this, both getting started on my content for real this year and the surgery. So, yeah. And actually, I didn't even know the surgery was going to happen yet. So, that's how that happened. But the other big thing about it is that Colorwind News and Colorwind Reacts is going to be returning. Specifically when it comes to Colorwind News, YouTube Shorts is going to be the new primary platform for that content because I just don't trust what's going to happen to TikTok. It used to be TikTok as the primary platform, but I don't trust them. So for right now, it's going to be YouTube Shorts, followed by Instagram Reels, and then TikTok. I might experiment with Blue Sky, especially now that I'm not going to be on Twitter X or Threads really anymore. I'm not closing the account, but I'm testing out just ignoring them because I don't really need them for promotion. Promotion doesn't work over there anymore, quite frankly. So, I mean, you probably know as well as I do that Twitter X and Threads have become a cesspool, especially Twitter X. And Blue Sky is really the only like text-based social media that is sane. So, as a result, the shorts content is going to be mostly primarily YouTube shorts from now on. But Colorwind News and Reacts will be returning, both in short and not short formats. If Reacts is specifically, I'm thinking of making just a video on YouTube. I don't know if I even will make a short version of that. Still on the fence about that. But this does come back to what the main thing is that I want to talk about in this video. And I know I'm about 10 minutes into the video already, but here's the main thing. there's a lot of creators that I follow on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, whatever. And these creators will talk about, oh, there's this thing that I want to do, but I don't know if it's going to do well. And oh, there's this thing that I got to do because I got to get going, even though I'm not feeling well and everything like that. And as a fan, I will always tell them, hey, if there's something new you want to do, just try it, just go for it, and just figure out how to make it good, or if you like doing that, or if there is an audience for it later. Just do it and give it a shot. And in terms of like, oh, I got to get this thing done, but I'm not feeling too well, I'm always erring on the side of just go and take care of yourself. Things can wait. You know, if you do it now while you're not feeling well, chances are you won't be able to do a good job on it anyway, and then it'll be subpar quality that you're not happy with, and then your viewers won't be happy with, and nobody wins. I've really got to follow my own advice, quite frankly. There's a lot of things that I've been wanting to do on my channel that I just don't, and it's because I need to either do it just right, or there's something else that I want to do that I made a long term commitment to, and I want to get that done first. The playthroughs is a good example of that. And I'd rather things get done well than get done quickly. And I'm really understanding that about myself. It's something about myself, especially, that I am realizing is I have a very strong analytical side of myself. I have a very strong creative side of myself. And while I'm used to listening to the analytical side of myself because they get things done and I do enjoy doing things that way, ultimately listening to my creative side makes me happier. And I've decided at the expense of my analytical self to listen to my creative self more. And I'd rather do something that I'm creatively inspired by and excited about right now, and do maybe a less than organized manner or style of that, rather than try to get it nice and organized and ultimately not end up doing it at all. It's the reason why I haven't done Arcade Contender as much. It's the reason why you haven't seen Online Contender in I think over a year. Like for example, one of the things I'm personally doing for myself in terms of video games is play more platformers because I love the platforming genre. It's probably my favorite next to maybe fighting games. And I like my like platformers even more than fighting games. And I just don't play them. And it's because there's like, oh, there's another big game that I want to pay attention to or falls in line with something, and I make that priority rather than just the thing that I liked more. Because platformers are not really like the big AAA releases right now. It's more indie stuff and old stuff. So that's something like I want to do personally, and there's stuff on the channel that I want to do that sometimes I just don't. Uh, for example, in terms of my work, I'm probably going to be doing a stream later this week. Please go to twitch.tv/HeyColorwind. And part of me is like, well, I want to start the next playthrough that I have on my backlog. But the other part of me is like, because that's the long-term commitment that I've made, and I do want to do that. But season 2 of Tekken 8 just came out, and I never did any videos on it. It came out last year. I wanted to do arcade contenders. I wanted to do online stuff, and I just didn't do it because I wanted to focus on the playthroughs. I should have done it. And that doesn't mean that I can't do the playthrough stuff, but it's just I should have made time for that content because I was excited about it and I wanted to do it, and I just didn't because it was more organized and more staying the course and being on track to stick to the playthroughs. So I gotta stop doing that. So when that stream happens, maybe I'll end up playing the next playthrough. Maybe it'll be Tekken 8. Maybe it'll be both. I can play 2 games in one stream. Why not? So that's the thing that I'm kind of getting at. Right now on the channel, I want to do whatever the hell it is I want to do at that moment. regardless of whether or not it fits into a show type that I have, regardless of whether or not I've planned it out super well. The point is to just do it and see if I even like doing it. Maybe I'll do something like, oh, you know what, I didn't really like doing that, so screw it. Or maybe I'll do something like, oh well, no one really watched it, no one cared, so screw it. Or maybe it'll be some sort of combination, and then I can just rethink it. But the point is to just get something done, especially if I want to do it, rather than stopping myself and just getting in development hell essentially, and then not doing anything. So as of right now, because of this, everything is on the table. I already mentioned Colorwind News and Colorwind Reacts, but Colorwind Plays, Colorwind History, all my shows are back on the table, regardless of what it is that I want to do. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm actually really enjoying it. Maybe I'll make a Colorwind Plays episode out of that. I'm not doing a playthrough of it. It's way too damn long. I barely finished Act 1 and I've already played 20 hours of it. But I could at least make like a one-off video if I want to. That's going to be the main thing about the channel in the upcoming future. It's the reason why I'm going to be moving away from Let's Play content, because I won't have time to do all these other things that just come to mind if I'm constantly worrying about making sure I get 4 videos every week out so that there's something up on the channel. You know? That's why I even kind of went back on that a little bit by saying like maybe I'll get 1 video up a week, but I'm not going to promise that because I'd rather have something else doing it. I'd rather have something else to be doing for the channel that I'm really excited about rather than something that's just routine and will at least have something up on the channel. That's not a really good mindset to be having when you're doing something like this. Like, well, I just got to have something up on the channel. That's not good. So it's not like I don't want to do like the episodic versions of the Resident Evil HD playthrough, for example, but it's just my mindset going into that shouldn't be at least I get something done for it, right? So that's going to be the big change coming up in 2025. I'm hoping to get a whole bunch of different stuff up there. A couple ideas that I've had on the back burner for a long time. New ideas that just come to mind and be like, ooh, this should be cool. So the update for the state of the channel is that everything is kind of up in the air now. There's no schedules. There's no real anything. You're going to be seeing a whole bunch of different stuff on here. I think I made a Colorwind Impressions video one time that went nowhere. I literally did that once. You'll probably see more stuff like that up on the channel before I like get some sort of like organized idea around it. But I'm going to get it organized by doing it rather than pre-planning everything ahead of time. And that's pretty much it. That's what's going to be happening with the channel. I don't know what's going to be happening with the channel. I'm sure a lot will be happening with the channel, but I don't know when, and I don't know what it'll be. And there'll probably be maybe a break somewhere in the middle of this month because of the surgery. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll stick around for me as I do anything and whatever I want on this channel in the upcoming months. And I will catch you on the channel pretty soon. Peace and love, gamers and players. Colorwind out.